So let's go back and let me click my home button again. In OrchidWiz, there's mainly two different ways of searching for things. One is you click search Orchid like I always do. I go into search Orchid. And I like to click there because it gives me lots and lots of different names, all the aliases names, all the synonyms. And I like to have that because sometimes I cannot, it's hard to find it with the proper name. But another way that you can search for it is here on the right-hand side, there are different groups. There's angraecums, bulbophyllums, and so on. I can select a group here like Cattleyas, like my Cattleya Alliance, and then go down and click select. And that is it's gonna bring me in all the Cattleyas. So you see, but it only brings me the valid names, only the valid names, okay? So it's not gonna bring me any old names or any kind of synonyms or anything like that, only the valid names. So you see that for Cattleyas, there are 47,994 valid names found, okay? Now here, how would you search for things? Because you're not searching the other way. What you're doing is the cursor is already positioned here, and you type. You basically it's a search by name starting with. Okay, so let's say that I was looking for our Cattleya. Why not? Okay, so in this case, I'll start typing W. So I'm going to type W. And it scrolls down automatically. See what it did here? It scrolled down automatically to W.D. Howie, okay? And then I'm gonna type H, and it scrolls down to the orchids that start with W.H. And then I type Y, and now I'm there. See, so I didn't even have to type the whole thing, why not? I just typed Y, and I'm there. Now, what happens if I backspace? If I backspace, it will just keep on taking me back. So if I backspace to the WH, it takes me back to Barkeria whartoniana. Then I backspace to the W's, and it takes me back to W.D. Howie. So this is just a way to search that's interesting to do, and some people will prefer to search that way. And you can do crosses here as well. So if I wanted to cross, I can type in Mossiae. There it is. And then I can say cross with. And now I can type in purpurata. And it immediately tells me Mossiae with purpurata is Canhamiana. And now I'm looking at Canhamiana here, and I can click the profile page, and it brings me to the profile page for Canhamiana. Okay, so I can do crosses here as well. Everything that I can do in the other one, I can do here. Now, if I was in the other one, if I was in my search orchid screen where I always am, and now here's another tip: if you're looking for oncidiums, or you're looking for Cattleyas, and I'm talking about the alliances. If you're looking for Oncidium Alliance or Cattleya Alliance, never, 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 never select a genus. You don't want to do that. You don't want to select a genus because there are so many errors in these two breeding groups that there's things are misnamed so much. You never want to do that. Instead, here's what you want to do. So let's say you were looking for a Cattleya Alliance. You want to come in here and say group Cattleyas, and now you can search for whatever. So if I was looking for why not, then I could just type why not in here. And now it brings me everything that has why not in the name, and it's in the Cattleya Alliance, or Leolinae would be the taxonomical denomination. So now if I wanted to say, okay, I want everything that has not just why not, but why and not in the name. So I could just say it has both why and it has not in the name. Okay, and search. Now it should bring me it didn't really change any. In this case, it didn't change any, but it will bring me everything that has both why and not in the name, but it doesn't have to be why not. Okay. If I wanted to, I could, like if I was looking for Hazel Boyd, I could type Hazel in here like this and click search, and you'll bring me everything with the name Hazel. And then I could click my gallery button here, and it'll bring me the photographs that I have in OrchidWiz with everything with Hazel in the name. That's Cattleya Alliance. But here I can also scroll by typing. And that's what I wanted to show you. So I can click my cursor here, and I can type H, and you see automatically put me in Cattleya Hazel. And then I could do Hazel space B, and he puts me at Hazel Boyd. So I can do, oh, I can also do the scroll by typing over here as well. I don't have to be in the other screen to do the scroll by typing. I can do that in here as well. Now, so that's, you want to do that with cattleyas, you want to do that with oncidiums, okay? If I didn't have that, if I was just searching for all hazels, let's do that. So I'm going to search for all hazels, and this is where search for all hazels. It doesn't matter what the breeding group is. Okay, so now I got 183 names with hazel. Now if I do gallery, do I get any more? Yeah, now I get lots of things. But that would help me find my Hazel Boyd. See, I could just come in here, type Hazel, give me everything with the name Hazel in it, and then hit gallery, and then say, oh, there's my Hazel. Now I can do some really cool things in here as well. Is I could say, all right, let's select all things in the Paphiopedilum alliance that have green in the name, and then click gallery. And now these are all the photographs in OrchidWiz for Cypripediae or Cypripedium alliance that have green in the name. Now it doesn't mean they're necessarily green. They don't have to be necessarily green, but the name has green in it. So you see here, for example, there's a green shank that is not green. Well, kind of a little bit, sort of. Here's Mount Green. It was probably named after a Mount Green and not, has nothing to do with the green, with green color. But most of them, you can see that most of them are indeed green. And I could click on any of these and say, okay, now I'm going to click my cousins. You see my cousins button there? Click that, and then I could bring up everything that's close to that genealogy, that combination of genes, right? And then click a gallery on that. And now I'm gonna get a lot of greens that do not have green in the name.